Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.
Yo,
here we go again.
What's up? It's the Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Welcome to the show.
Here we are, just 3 days, 4 days before the first show of the year.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here.
It's
Let's
gorgeous.
hope it keeps it up.
Yeah,
it is. We were just discussing how I feel like there haven't been leaves on the trees in about 2.5 years.
yeah, and here they are.
They're coming, man. The Trees Hardens Gardens is starting to sprout.
Yeah, we got the veggie garden starting to go. We got the windows open here.
Yeah, fresh air and shit.
Oh my God, it's great.
Yeah,
What
I
a
know.
change.
We're all, it really is like, random reference, but the very end of Mars Attacks after the battle's done and Wayne Newton and everyone comes out of the cave, it's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah,
We're reemerging into life.
Right.
We're sitting here getting ready for Sunday, Cinco de Mayo, out at the Jug.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of fun things going on. I'm sure you got some new things to announce. Hey, man, anybody who... we started Captain's Jug of Thoughts Instagram. I don't know if we talked about that.
No, I don't think we have talked about it.
Yeah. So you started an Instagram. We're going to put up clips all the time, as much as I can. At least like a couple a day if I can. Maybe not Sundays. That's the Lord's Day.
Yes.
Can't be posting dirty jokes on Sundays. What's the matter with you?
Not on Sundays. We can throw down dirty shows on Sundays. So.
Sure. So, yeah, man, go follow that. If you're not on Instagram, sign up. It's fun and easy to use.
Yeah, it really is. And I told you, I've been getting a lot of good feedback at the bar. People are like, "Did you guys start a new Instagram thing? Like, everything's fucking... You got all these little clips. It's fucking awesome."
Yeah.
So, that's exciting just to get feedback.
Yeah, sure. And it's funny to look at the old clips and, like, the ones we made 5 years ago. And I'm like, because, like, I think our attention spans have sped up. Because 5 years ago, we were like, this is hilarious. And now I watch them, I'm like, this is so slow. Get to the fucking point.
I know.
It's like 3 minutes long, which is insane. It's like anything over 40 seconds, we're like, all right, enough.
Yeah.
So we're going to tighten them up and keep posting them. And, hey, if anybody's got, like, a favorite moment or story or something from the show you want us to do a clip of, we could do that. We could do requests.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we could do that. I was working on one with you and your brother talking about whipping beer cans at a guy's head when he's wearing a helmet.
Oh, yeah, that was the best.
That one will be up soon.
That one will be up soon.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to, like, ease into it. I'm like, well, people who don't know the show, we won't start too dirty. And, like, the first one I find is you talking about your grandma's dildo. I'm like, Jesus, we really...
Boy.
Yeah, it's a naughty, naughty show.
We, that I don't know if I ever talked about, too, that I found out years later after that beer can incident where we were whipping cans at his head that we're cousins.
The guy you were throwing cans at?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we were at my great aunt and uncle's 70th wedding anniversary. They were 93 and 94 years old.
Wow.
And it's probably the first and last time that I'll ever do something like that. That's
70th anniversary.
70th anniversary.
Yeah.
And his brother was there, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "That's my great aunt and uncle." He's like, "That's my great aunt and uncle." And I was like, "What?" So yeah, Mike Moss.
You guys didn't feel when you were whipping beer cans at his head, hammered his shit in a garage in Florida, you're like, this seems like we're related. There seems to be some shared DNA here.
I didn't notice it.
I don't know. I don't even know this guy, and I hear the story. I'm like, spit an image.
Yeah.
I could have put that together.
Yeah. They got to be related.
There's got to be a bloodline connection here.
Well, it turns out there is.
Yeah. That's cool.
So,
the Harden family continues to grow.
It does continue to grow. Outside of my garden.
Is that this?
I don't know. That was weird.
Hey, okay.
All right.
We got rid of the buzz.
I think we're good to go.
Here's his little blue microphone.
Yeah. Little blue guy.
A lot of this stuff, I'm surprised it still works.
I did get a new.
I got a brand new MacBook. I tell you that.
You did tell me that.
Oh,
That's
revolution!
exciting.
I think that's why there's so many clips coming out now.
Yeah,
it's not. It's got a little more. It's got a little more oomph. My old one was fucking cash, dude. My old one was so old. And it was a beast. It's got us through, 5 years of faux shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything we've done has been off of that computer.
Yeah.
But it was really starting to slow down. Where every show I'd open it up with my fingers crossed and be like, come on. Let's not have this be the one where we got to go get pots and pans out of the kitchen to make the drums.
Right.
But I brought the old one into the Apple store to like make sure I was getting one that was compatible. They could transfer everything over. And I pulled it out of the bag, and the kid who works there is like a modern, young, millennial-y kid.
Sure.
And he was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" Like, look at that thing. That thing's a tank.
I didn't know those still existed.
Exactly. I think he was 17 and the laptop was 15.
Right.
Like he was, and he's like, if you've been doing all that off of this, you're gonna be flying. So it's pretty sick. It's gonna be cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we got a lot of good stuff coming. What's up at the Jug? I mean, we got Cinco de Mayo. What else?
We got Cinco de Mayo. I found out a little bit of exciting news just this last couple days here that the Sentinel is going to do a bit on us.
Oh, really? A
little piece on us, and we hooked them up with the 3 national acts we have this year. So, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go. We're going to find out, but I think they're going to interview Ray and I, and then they're going to interview the 3 bands, and they're going to put a piece together for the Sentinel.
Nice.
About the Jug and how we're getting national acts.
Get all kind of thrills, but the thrill you'll never know is the thrill that'll get you way to get your picture on the cover of the Sentinel.
So that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Spread the word, yo.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. We're going to be in the Sentinel too for that Leukemia Foundation thing that we did. So the Sentinel's like loving us lately.
Good. Well, yeah, aren't journalists like traditionally like? I'm picturing like old Woodward and Bernstein shit with like the loosened tie at the bar with a scotch, like, trying to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, they love that shit.
They do.
The Jug's a good place for like the writers to go after that.
Sure is.
I mean, any movie, any journalist movie from the 70s where they're all cool and shit, smoking cigarettes like constantly.
Yeah. They won't allow that in the bar, but at the outside bar, maybe.
Yeah, sure. You gotta go meet them in a parking garage in a trench coat.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
It is. So tomorrow I meet with Julie's Portable Toilets. Shout out to Julie's Portable Toilets for hooking us up every year.
Hell yeah.
So they'll be installing your places for everyone to go to the bathroom.
Good.
And wash up afterwards, hopefully.
I just saw a thing today, which I'm going to assume it's just some dumb girl looking for attention, but she's some hippie girl whose name was, of course, like Ivy Rose Ocean. And no, it's not. Your name's fucking Chelsea or something. Like, you know what I mean? And but she was like, and she was saying that when she has people over her house, she makes them go outside to use the bathroom. And she's got like a sheet over a corner of her yard. She gives them a little spade shovel and toilet paper.
What?
And is like, go, because she's like a hippie. So she's trying to get everybody to just go, bury it. Yeah. And everyone's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't believe her. I'm sure she uses her own bathroom.
I'm sure.
She's trying to be, Mother Earth on Instagram and get some hits.
Yeah.
It worked. I saw it. Now we're talking about it. Goddamn, this crafty bitch.
She is. She knows what she's doing.
All right, so you got to go drop a deuce in the yard of the Jug, and our Instagram will start popping.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we did clear out that whole space behind the bar out there. So there's plenty of room, and there's plenty of shovels.
Is there still a Jug cat running around?
Jug Kitty is still around somewhere. I don't see her nearly as often, though, so someone else must be feeding her now.
Yeah. She she leaving stuff on the porch or anything?
No, ever since Kelly passed away, God rest his soul, Kelly Green. He, the cat has, I think, moved down toward the gym where the other cats are.
Yeah.
Because there are a ton of cats down there that I forget who it is. But someone down there feeds all the cats down there. Mm-hmm. There's like cat dishes everywhere when you walk down to the gym, which is
what Greece is like.
Quite frankly, not that appealing when you're heading down to the gym.
Athens is like that.
Yeah.
I think the population of Athens is mostly cats.
Wow.
There were so many cats. And there was, people feeding them, just like laying out dishes down the street. There are all the restaurants. I was feeding them. They're adorable. They put a lot of food on your plate out there. But, shout out Jimmy, who was supposed to do the show, but he actually is in Greece.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So here's a funny
He's out there feeding a cat.
He may be.
He probably is.
And hopefully everything's going okay after I tell this joke. I just heard a joke about how in Greece, 5,000 years ago, it was just like sex-crazed country. And then it was the Romans that introduced them the idea of bringing in women.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they were all some naughty boys.
Yeah. But,
Rome, I think we saw 2 cats, and we saw one of them twice. We may have seen 3 cats, but I think one of them was another cat. And I'm like, this is surprising. Maybe they're a little more tight about it over there. They don't want random cats bothering the tourists or something. I don't know. I'm giving you cat reports from around the world.
Yeah.
Japan has cat cafes. They keep them in the cafes, and you can go and like play with cats and because I think people there, like if they have those tiny little fucking tube apartments, they can't have an animal, but they want to they want to go play with the kitties or something.
Yeah.
They have like cat cafes.
Really?
Actually, Lee went to one. Isn't there one around here? There's one in like Amherst.
There's 2 around here.
There's like cat cafes, or you go in and it's like
Whose cats are they?
The coffee shops, I guess. It's like a coffee
They're
shop
for
where there's cat.
adoption.
Oh, they're for adoption.
Oh.
It's an SPCA
Oh, all right.
lounge type deal.
How do they make money to keep these things going?
Buy coffee and shit.
Got it. I think.
Yeah. I think my entire respiratory system would shut down if I went in there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be too many.
So, so we've got this show. Then we've got the Nancy Price 5K and the library next Friday. We're a benefit for the Youngstown Library. So everybody should come out and donate to that next Friday to keep the library going, keep the kids reading. And then the schedule, I was about to release it today, but I got a couple calls. Thankfully, I didn't release it today, where I had to switch around a few dates. So stay tuned, please, and thank you for your patience. And it will be up in the next couple days.
Yeah.
It should have already been up, but I've had a little trouble with
I can't even imagine, dude. When we try to put together a show with 3 bands on the bill, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what you're dealing with.
Yeah. So, trying to do 60 shows.
Yeah.
In a quick summer.
Yeah. And musicians are a fickle bunch, aren't we?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of you can be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I had it all lined up, and one of the bigger acts actually was like, "Oh, I'm gonna need to switch that date," and I'm like, "Oh, great! I have like 9 open dates left," and one of them just happened to be one of the dates he could do, so that worked out.
That's good, man.
It is.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. When we're done here, we're gonna go back over the schedule too, and
Yeah.
and
I'm gonna start hitting up some people,
Yeah.
putting together some cool shit,
yeah.
putting together some new shit.
Well, we have a
Gotta
couple
keep
of
it
really
fresh.
exciting ideas, I think,
Yeah, for sure.
that I'm real excited about. And it's gonna be
Let's
a
just
fucking
do a
fun
Taylor
summer.
Swift night and make bank. Let's cancel everything and
Yeah.
just have the Jug be your home for Taylor Swift parties.
Oh God.
And just have 5,000 girls show up shrieking every year. We'll put in earplugs.
Yeah.
And we'll just count the cash.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 5,000 girls, 5,000 pops is fucking 10 grand.
Yeah. And then, well, you got to do what she doesn't do. Like, you do shirts that are just for that night and they're collector's items and shit. That's
Yeah.
how you get them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Who's gonna wear these shirts?
All the girls that bought them.
Yeah, but who's gonna wear them?
Like tour.
You mean we're gonna really get Taylor Swift here?
No. We could get a lookalike and maybe trick some of the dumber people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Taylor Swift lookalike contest. That sounds like a great idea.
That does sound like a great idea, actually. That could work.
Yeah. Then they did a Paul McCartney lookalike contest. And that's kind of went. Didn't he come in third or something? Was that the story? But like that's where like the Paul is dead rumors started.
Right.
You know, because
Yeah.
they thought they replaced him with a lookalike.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead yet.
He's still kicking.
Oh, he's still kicking. He's the
That
one.
new Beatles song that came out a while ago at this point, was it like February or something?
Yeah.
Was pretty fucking cool when they did use technology and AI to like, they had old recordings that they couldn't do, but now the technology is where they can separate Lennon's voice from the piano on like this recording, and they made all the stuff around it, and it's like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be some like corny Beatles song, but it wasn't. It was like minor key and really heavy. It was great. I really liked it. So like within a week, in like February, March, I think,
Yeah.
there was a new Beatles song, a new Stones album, and a new Scorsese movie in the theater that we went and saw.
Right.
I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Fucking 1970s. All right. It's 1969 all over again. Yeah.
It's 1977.
Yeah. How's the sport? What's the sports update for this week?
We're not, playoff hockey now, which the Sabres are not in. So I root for Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they are.
Who's the top dog right now?
The top dog is the Rangers. The New York Rangers won the President's Trophy this year, so they are considered the top dog.
Oh, jeez.
This is the only downfall of having the windows open.
Here comes another one. This is Colorado. They heard you say that.
Giant trucks.
That's a little crotch rocker right there.
So,
that's a bunch of things. They're racing.
Yeah, seriously.
There was a dude on a little motorcycle whipping up and down Center Street the other night.
Oh, yeah?
And there was like people filming him and shit.
Yeah.
Like a guy was filming. I mean, not like a shoot, like it was a bunch of fucking normal people with a phone.
Yeah.
But he was just whipping like a motherfucker. And I'm like, this guy's gonna get goddamn arrested. And then we saw a cop like come out and turn and just go the other way.
Yeah.
So I guess lawlessness in the streets these days.
Yeah, I guess
Sentinel right about that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about hockey.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm rooting for New York Rangers, Colorado Avalanche finals. We'll see what happens.
You guys do like a pool at the Jug or anything?
No.
No one really gives a shit.
No, once the Bills and Sabres are out of things, like everyone's just kind of like, what's going on? It's not nearly as exciting, obviously. So
have we ever had like a college basketball team that was dope from like UB or something? That was big? No.
We actually, UB's last college coach is the coach of UConn, who just won the national championship.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
We get these coaches.
Now that OJ's gone, we got to find some connection to the top guys here.
We get these great coaches, but they only stay for 2 or 3 years because they make our program good, because our program's so bad. Mm-hmm. They make our program good, and other colleges are like, that guy must be really good.
Hey, Buffalo, noticeable.
I haven't seen UB on the charts in 20 years. So that's pretty cool. It's Danny Hurley. His brother played. His brother played in the league for years and won a couple national championships down at Duke, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm not a real big basketball guy, so
yeah,
my memories aren't always true. But yeah. So there's your sports update for this week.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I haven't
the Yankees
seen.
have started. They're
Cool.
They're in second place, and they look pretty good. They don't even have their number one pitcher, so that's very good. And they also don't have their leadoff hitter, so they're missing 2 of their most important pieces. And they're still holding strong. And now that is definitely.
All right, well, I think we need to, inspired by this latest clip I've been working on, we start like a sort of a beer league that will grow, sort of a basketball situation.
Okay.
Whipping beer cans at guys with helmets. It sounds like a fun game. The beer explodes. There's spectacle.
Yeah.
There's violence.
Yeah.
As apparently a family game, since you guys are playing it with your cousin.
Yeah. I saw a new sport on. I think it was a joke, but I'm not sure. And it was tennis and baseball. And you got to like throw the ball up, and you got to serve it.
Oh, the pitcher serves it.
Yeah.
And the guy at the
and the guy hits it with a racket.
Oh, the racket. Okay.
Yeah. And then and in the field, you catch it with a glove, and then you let it out of your glove, and you serve it to first base to get the guy out.
All right, I'm not hating it. It's a tennis ball?
I'm assuming.
I know they can't. Well, basketball is a catchy name. I don't know what they would call this.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, exactly. Taste ball?
10 ball?
Bennis?
Bennis?
Bennis ball? I don't know. That's
Yeah.
People go fucking apeshit for tennis.
They do.
Like famous rich people. It's a very cool thing to go to like the U.S. Open and shit. I don't think I've ever been to a tennis match.
No, I definitely haven't.
Maybe like a high school thing, but no.
Not even then.
Yeah.
No, not me. I don't know.
That'd be cool. We should do an outing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys, we should just start a donation bucket for the show so you guys can send us on fun shit.
Yeah, I know.
When we go to the Kentucky Derby, and then we can have stories about it.
Yeah.
And we go to the the U.S. Open and sit next to some famous actress and have stories about it.
Yeah, that's right. The Kentucky Derby's this weekend.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's on Saturday.
So I have a fun Kentucky Derby story.
Okay.
My dad's best friend Scott told me this story back when he was married to his wife Tamara. This is 25 years ago. He's like, hey, I got tickets through this guy I know to go to the Kentucky Derby. So we're going to the Kentucky Derby, and she's like, what's the Kentucky Derby? And he's like the horse race.
Beautiful day for a ride.
Little added feature to our show.
Yeah, you can hear the lake, you can hear the seagulls, you can hear the.
Yep. So he's like, it's the most famous horse race in the world. Like, what are you she's like, you're always going to the track. I don't want to go to the track.
Yeah.
And he's like, it isn't the track, honey. This is different. And she's like, fine, if you really want me to go. Now he's got pit tickets, which means you're on the inside.
Oh, that's the place. I read the Hunter Thompson thing, and that's where it gets
the party
real
is.
rowdy. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets fucking dirty in there.
Yeah.
So she's like, all right, I got to admit, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Everyone's got these fun hats.
Yeah, it's fun hats. Girls love it. Fun dresses, mint juleps, right?
Yeah, mint juleps. So everyone's drinking fancy drinks. Everyone's got fancy hats. Everyone's got a beautiful dress. She's like, oh, this is actually kind of right up my alley. And then the race finally starts, and they go by, and it's like thunder when those giant horses go by.
Like a motorcycle going by here.
And she's like, oh my God. She's yelling. She's like, that was so fucking exciting. She's like, when do they go by again? He goes, that's it. She's like, what do you mean? He goes, they go around once. She goes, this whole day just for that? And he goes, yeah. She goes, well, it was exciting.
Yeah, it's still fun. Yeah, man. Like, remember we played one year at the Kentucky, like it was happening. I was like, you're not going to play during the race, are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, that'd be kind of fun if we
Right.
did the shit like that. But I'm like, well, how long does it last? They're like 3 minutes. And I literally think we just stopped, watched them run around, and then just fired back up again.
All right, go ahead. You guys are good.
Yeah, all right. There we go.
How long does it last? 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the fastest 3 minutes in sports. That's what they say. So, yeah. The Kentucky Derby. So that's Saturday, which is also, and I can talk about this because my mom doesn't listen to the show because she's afraid of what I might say. My mom's birthday, my mom's surprise 70th birthday is on Saturday.
Yeah, keep your mouths shut, you rats. Don't put that in the Sentinel.
But I'm really excited about that. I actually spoke with her last night when I got out of work around 11:30. And I was like, Mom, did we pick a time yet? I was all nonchalant about it. You know? Did we pick a time yet for
What
Saturday?
was your name again? What the...
I'm thinking like around 2:30. She's like, 2:30? That's kind of a weird time. I'm like, I talked to Jer, and you know how screwed up both our schedules are because he works out of town most of the time, a lot of times during the day. I obviously work at night most of the time. And she's like, look, whatever's best for you guys, I don't care. And I was like, this is the best time that we both felt like we would both be like 100% there for you.
Yeah.
And she was just like,
so what's the surprise plan?
So I've got 40 people, friends and family, in the back room at the Jug waiting for us at 3 o'clock.
Nice.
And she's going to walk in, and like all her family from like Rochester and Leroy and all her friends from like all over the place that I haven't even met half these women. Like I had to do a lot of investigating to get their numbers and stuff. And so I'm really excited about it. And then her friends and both of our family from around here as well, obviously. But it's 42 people, and the whole meal is gluten free because my mom has celiacs. I got Emily making a specialty cake for her.
Emily on the cakes again.
She's like, I've overextended myself for May. She's like, I didn't realize that everyone you know has a birthday in May. I was like, I'm sorry. So she's actually dropping the cake off.
What kind of cake?
Tomorrow.
What kind of cake are we doing this time?
It's a flourless chocolate cake with a.
We've gotten. I think we might have got one when we did like one here where you like made a big dinner.
Yeah.
Maybe I remember getting one from the bakery in Lewiston, and it was a normal kind of sized cake, and it weighed about.
They're
45
super
pounds.
Dense.
Yeah,
they are
there's no
so
flour,
dense.
so it's just a giant piece of fudge.
Yes, basically. Yeah, so my mom's going to love it because that's like her favorite.
Right on.
And it's going to have a cream cheese frosting. And, you know, fucking everyone, my aunt, I put this whole thing together with my aunt in Florida.
Wow.
So it was a little bit of a climb uphill, as you can imagine.
Dude,
but
that sounds like worse than dealing with all the bands.
Yeah,
You're dealing with a bunch of old ladies.
What can I say? But she's gonna be shocked. Like there's no way after talking to her last night, I'm like, yep, she definitely has no idea.
Maybe she's got a good poker face.
No way.
Maybe she'll surprise you. Maybe you'll walk in the back room and she's just there by herself. She's like, gotcha, bitch.
I'm bringing her back there.
I've been on you for years.
She does not, trust me.
I can't think. I think I've been part of like maybe a couple surprise parties when I was like a kid or something.
Sure.
I don't know if I've ever been to like a part of a memorable one.
Yeah.
So
I still haven't told my grandma. She's coming. My Uncle Rick is on it. He's bringing her. But my grandma...
She doesn't know? You think she'll spill the beans?
Yes. I absolutely think she'll accidentally spill the beans. She'll be like, what time is your party again on Saturday, Dub? My mom will be like, Grandma, there's no party. She'll be like, yeah. Chris told me there's a party. When's the party? And she'll be like, wait, what?
Goddamn grandma.
So I told my Uncle Rick, I'm like, please don't tell her until like either late Friday night or early Saturday morning. Yeah. Where there's no chance she's going to talk to my mom. He's like, I got you, bud. I got
grandma
you.
bringing a date?
I don't think so.
One of the old clips I found sounds like she was just going to have a couple dudes on her arm. Gonna walk in there like a pimp.
She finally has retired, I think.
Yeah?
I think so.
Nice.
Which kind of stinks. What?
Retired from dating?
Yeah. Yeah, she hit 90 and was like, I give up.
Yeah.
So, well, you know.
Wow.
She made her run.
Gluten free. What did that make me think? Oh, I will. Okay, so we did another day at Mammoth where we were doing all vocals.
Yeah.
And Justin, the fella who was engineering and producing and works there, is a great guy. Told us that a good thing for vocals is Lay's potato chips.
No kidding.
Something about the grease or the salt or something is good for vocals. So we got a big bag of potato chips, and I was like, well, this ain't really on with the juice plan, is it? So, but you know, housing a bunch of those, and we all did good vocal takes, so I guess it worked. But on the back, I said it says gluten free. I was like, oh, how about that?
Lay's potato chips.
I guess, right? It said the little GF on it. Maybe it was a different kind we got. I don't think they were baked or anything.
Huh.
I think the biggest news happening around these parts is we got a new grill.
Yeah.
That's bigger news than anything. Sentinel needs to write up about this. Oh, dude, it's fucking great. What
I'll
is
try
it?
and throw it in there when I'm getting interviewed.
Yeah, we got all these great bands coming. One of the bands guy had just got a brand new 28-inch flat top griddle.
You're not gonna believe this.
Blackstone.
Go over there right now.
4 burners. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I've been cooking every meal on it. It's great. And I'm getting it all seasoned, you know. It's like cast iron shit, you know.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
We got a little peppers and sausage at the house ready to go for tonight.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. So, once I get everything, I was out scrubbing the awning today. And, I mean, this fucking awning. Her, all of her family I've ever talked to, they talk about this thing as the fucking Shroud of Turin. Yeah. I'm like, it's an awning. We can get another one, right? I mean, I'm sure they're not cheap, but, you know, so we have to take care of this thing. So I'm scrubbing it today, and I'm going to get it all set up.
I know, when I talked to you, that's what you were doing.
Yeah, we're going to do back porch fucking grilling podcasts and stuff. It'll be cool. There's a lot of wood to burn.
They grow on trees, and you can just buy a new custom canvas.
It's not grow on trees custom canvas, but it's not the only one that ever existed. It's not an impossibility to get another one. There's a middle ground. It's not free, and it doesn't just show up. I understand that, but it's not like the fucking Holy Grail where we got to go on a quest. I'm sure it's not that hard.
I can tell you where I got mine.
Yeah? Custom canvas?
I think it was USA canvas. That's where I got my awning out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
It was a couple $100.
Ours is sagging a little bit because it gets water in it and then it stretches and then it's kind of, you're heading down a road, you can't go back.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that. Whenever it rains, you got to reel it in. And does yours reel in and out or no?
No, mine's out there. Well, eventually I want to put like a permanent, you know, more of a structure, you know, more like wood and roof style of shingles and whatnot, you know?
Yeah. Like Pete's.
Yes, exactly like Pete's. Yeah. With a fan and lights and shit like that. Real pimp,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, that will be cool.
Well, dude, I mean, that's great to have that during like thunderstorms.
Hell yeah.
You go run through the rain and stand under that. I mean, it's It is like a metal frame. I don't know if that's a great idea. Well, hey, it could get
Not
better
if
at
you do
piano.
What?
I'd get better at piano
Yeah.
if we get struck by lightning, as we learned on the last episode.
That is true.
Yeah.
I'd get better at piano.
Excited. I forgot how many outdoor activities we have around here when it's not cold as shit.
Yeah, there is stuff to do. People always are like, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. There's stuff to do. We live on an incredible body of water.
Yeah.
It doesn't have sharks in it, which is nice.
It doesn't. Only sharks here on the land.
That's right. Land sharks.
Are there any other crazy natural phenomena happening? I mean, this eclipse got me thirsty for something else.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I don't know. Maybe they should shut the falls off or something so we can run down there and look at some skeletons.
Yeah. I mean, remember that electrical storm a couple years ago? Sure, we've talked about it a million times, but that shit was insane.
Yeah.
It was like over the lake, and I think it was reflecting off it or something. The entire sky was. I think there's something fishy going on with it's like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
We're in a bubble. There's a guy with a little control board, just like a music studio, flipping switches and stuff. That's what the eclipse was, him just putting the dimmer switch on real quick.
Yeah.
I think somebody leaned on the lightning button and it just went ape shit. And they were like, God damn it, Marty.
People are going to be suspicious.
People are going to be asking questions. How are we going to explain this? He spilled his fucking jelly donut on it or something.
Yeah. There's a jam inside there. So speaking of donuts, Dano was supposed to stop at Frankie's Donuts this morning. I talked to him last night. He's like, I'll call you in the morning to see exactly what you want. I'm like, dude, I always want the same thing. I'm like, I want 2 breakfast sandwiches, and then we split a half a dozen donuts. And we end up giving a couple away to the people, the first couple people that come in. So, motherfucker, I don't answer the phone this morning when he calls, so he just gets nothing. So I got no breakfast sandwich. I got no donut. I was very disgruntled this morning. This is a thing. Like, we do this on Wednesdays. He knows better. We've been doing this for years. Fucking Dano drops the ball. He's like,
maybe he's got beef with someone at Frankie's.
No, he's like, oh, dude, I was cutting the lawns and I couldn't remember what you said. I'm like, it doesn't matter. They have 3 different kinds of breakfast sandwiches. I like them all.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to miss.
And you're always, and I don't know if you've ever noticed or if you even knew this, but Bavarian cream pie donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. He calls them Barbarians.
That's adorable.
He's like, I'll get us like 2 Barbarians and then I'll just say throw 4 other donuts in. How's that sound? I'm like, sounds good, man. I could go for a nice Barbarian tomorrow.
Cream-filled Barbarian.
Yeah. Every time.
That's
I'm like,
so
Bavarian, Dano. I used to say it all the time. I'd be like, Bavarian. He's like, Barbarian. I'm like, so I finally gave up, and now I just let him say it, and everyone else is like, did he say Barbarian? I'm like, he did.
Dude, so when we were going up to eat potato chips and do vocals at the studio, I was like, yo, anyone need anything? Stopping for chips, going on a chips run. And Smidge was like, yo, give me a fucking one of the butterscotch muffins from Tops. They're bomb.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, we'll just get a dozen muffins. It's the morning. We'll head up.
Yeah.
And then after we were kind of done, and a couple people had come in out and left, there was a muffin sitting there with the top eaten, like, off it. So we think it was Evan. We're not sure.
All right.
I don't want to lay guilt where it isn't, but we think it was. It was someone.
No one
fucking
admitted it?
certainly wasn't me. No, you just picked the good part off the top,
Of
like
course.
the classic Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And I was like, you son of a bitch.
And no one would admit it?
terrorism. He was gone by then, so we don't know.
I see. All right. We think it was Evan.
Or it was someone else who was like, yeah, totally Evan.
Yeah. Well, it's like when the raisins go missing.
The rate? Oh, out of like a cinnamon raisin thing?
No. On Seinfeld, remember when he steals the raisins?
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, just
Raisins.
Just me and you. There's nobody else around. Just tell me, did you take the raisins? He's like, you and these fucking raisins.
Raisins are quite a sticky snack to have in the office.
Yes, they are.
Especially when you're like, I think they were doing scripts and paperwork. They were doing auditions for the show.
Yeah.
I did a little apple with peanut butter with raisins on it today, and fingers are sticky as fuck.
Oh, I bet.
So you check the scripts. Hey, we need to make an edit for that script. Let me see your copy.
Yeah.
If it's all sticky, you found your raisin culprit.
That's right. They never did figure that out, and you may never figure out the muffin top.
We're going to have to check Evan's bass strings when he's not looking. See if there's any blueberry on there.
There's blueberry on these bass strings.
You son of a bitch.
We knew it was you.
This is how the Beatles broke up.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I don't know. I'm definitely very excited for this weekend. Pete and I had another guy out back earlier, too. They were cleaning out the whole back section. We may do something with the section behind the bar is our next move.
Like
we're creating more space.
Cool.
Not that we really need it, I don't think, but if we're going to keep having these national acts, we might need more space.
So
and
behind...
that can be so directly across from my porch. Like if you walk...
Okay, yeah, like behind the bar. Like how, isn't there like a window there?
Yes,
like a plexiglass? Okay, so what are you guys doing there?
So the thought... There's a couple thoughts. One, just to stone the whole area and put a couple picnic tables back there, and it can be like a smoking lounge type area.
Oh, the whole place wasn't that? My bad.
No, it is. No, it totally is. But I think for people that like... oh, my kids don't know that I smoke.
Oh,
like,
yeah, sure.
Shit like that.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And, or Mike just got some AstroTurf from some job. Yeah.
Okay.
So we might like put, like, level the area and then put AstroTurf out there, which would be really kind of cool, I think.
Put like a fucking putting green or something.
Yeah, right? We could put a putting green back there if he puts AstroTurf in. That would be really neat.
Dude, at Dick's Sporting Goods, in the golf section, they have like a little kind of area with like a few holes and like it's kind of slanted so you can test out putters and stuff like that. And while there was nobody around, she was off looking at fucking sweatsuits or something.
Yeah.
And nobody was around. I fucking tapped in. And I don't golf.
Right.
I tapped in like a putt that was like crazy, like...
Really?
I don't know. It was long.
It was long.
It was a long one. And it was like all curvy and shit. Like it was a total accident. And I just like looked around. I was like, did anyone see that? And there was nobody around.
Of course.
I'm going to try to check the tapes, check the footage.
I might have to bring you in for our Stone Jug golf team.
I'll just be your short game ringer.
Yeah, that works for me. You don't have to. You can just sit in the fucking thing and smoke joints the rest of the time.
Yeah. I just fuck everyone up. I'm like, look, if I was in a store by myself, I could do this.
Yeah.
I'm not good on like actual grass, actually outside.
It'd be amazing though if every time we got up there was like a 25-footer. You just knock it in, sit back down, light another joint. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Yeah. Hurry up.
So Andrew Napier, again, do you remember Napier?
I think I know. Yeah.
And yeah, we have the thing that we clear off the shuffleboard table with. We call it Andrew Scrapier, just in his memory because we try and remember.
What an honor.
Yeah, we try and remember all the folks that have been around.
Can you call the new AstroTurf the Kelly Green?
Yeah, we could. That's great. That's a good one. So, Napier, when I was still living in Florida, so this is going back 8 years or so, he was on someone's team for the Stone Jug Golf Tournament, and we all know he had his battles with alcohol. Well, he comes flying up to the course, and he's like, "Oh, I'm here." He's like hammered. It's like 11 in the morning. He doesn't have any shoes on. He's just got pants and a shirt and his bag, and he walks up. And he's like, "Oh, it's my turn." He just sets a ball down, crushes it, hits it onto the green. Everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Like he walks up to the green, still with no shoes on, one hand putts it like 20 feet into the hole, goes, "This is an easy game, guys. Let's go. Hey, let's go." And everyone was like, "What just happened?"
You got that right in that perfect. There's that brief moment.
Yeah, I know. It's an easy game, guys. Easy game.
Between run up and disaster.
Yeah.
And downfall, and there's a brief moment of perfectness.
Yes.
Musicians have hit it. Yeah. We have. Isn't that who's John Daly is the golfer, who's like the hardcore partier, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe he perfected that space.
Yeah.
And he learned how to maintain that.
Right.
That's the thing, is maintaining it.
Yeah. He's the one who tried to hit the ball over the falls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's got like the longest drive ever. And, no, didn't even come very close.
Was he hitting it from our side?
Yeah. Trying to hit it over to their side.
Like, not even. That's funny.
Yeah.
He just fucking was. All right, yeah, it didn't work. Let's party.
Yeah.
Someone's probably got. When did he do this?
20 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. But
someone's probably got some stories. Some bartender from the fall probably has some
my
stories.
My dad's buddy Scott, again, the one from the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Partied with John Daly.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, this guy's a fucking animal. He's like, he had to tee off at 7:50 in the morning. He goes, he partied with us until 5.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, no way. He's like, dude, he's fucking throwing out fucking lines of blow. Like, he's like, who's up? Who's up? You up?
Dude.
I'm up. Looks like I'm up again.
This guy fucking rules.
He's like just fucking pounding beers like I've never seen in my life. And he's like, oh my God, it's 5. I got to tee off in 2 hours. Got to go, guys. See you.
And then how'd he do?
I have no idea.
I mean, enough that I know his name. He's good enough that, you know.
Yeah, he's won a few times. And he's more known for that.
Yeah.
That he's a fucking rock star, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah. But, there's another tie-in. We got to get Scott on the show sometime. He's got some stories.
I guess so, yeah. I haven't played Frisbee. All right, first of all, there's a bunch of kids out the window. I think they're getting a free show. I think they're all partying on the sidewalk listening to the show.
Those kids are like, they just say cocaine.
Sons of bitches. I haven't played disc golf in a while. We used to do that all the time, which was just an excuse to go hang out in the woods and get fucked up with your friends in the middle of the day.
Right.
But like last couple weeks ago, we borrowed Lee's dad's Mercedes for a minute because we were at her sister's house for her birthday, and they have this new car, and she's like, "Oh, come check out Dad's new car," and grabbed his keys, and these two ran out like a couple of teenagers, and like, "We're taking Dad's car out." So we were taking it out, driving it around, fucking. It's like a goddamn spaceship.
Yeah.
With the LEDs and the screens and everything, and it's smooth as fuck.
Right.
You could easily be doing like $110 in this thing and not notice.
Really?
It's so, yeah, I'm going out River Road. I'm like, I think I'm doing like 65. But I'm, all right, so we're driving around like in the, in Joe Davis.
Yeah.
And then as I'm leaving out, I see my nephew Austin coming in
to
go play disc golf with his buddies.
Right.
So I fucking turn around and go park up next to him. I'm like, yo, check out our new whip. And he was like, whoa. I'm like, I'm kidding. He's like, oh, the fuck did you guys get this? I'm like, oh, you kind of stole it. But it's, dude, I mean...
It's stolen. Hop in.
Yeah, brand new shit. I remember 10 years ago when Pete got in the Prius, and he was like, dude, this is like a spaceship. This is amazing. And now... looks like a fucking toaster. It's like a goddamn microwave.
Right.
Now, when you see shit now, man, holy fuck.
It is wild. It's wild. Brand new cars now. Jesus Christ.
Touch screen.
I mean, they cost as much as a house. You did 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, it's all touchscreen. It's all pads. It's all iPads.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
LED glowing ass motherfucking thing. It's like a club. You get in.
Yeah.
Like, water in this car is $18. What the fuck?
Oh, that's great.
I don't think I've ever really done any clubbing.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, I guess like
You did?
sort of like DJ disco-y shows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't like nice, innocent, fun dancing with her friends clubbing, not like fucking, you know, limelight for 3 days in a row clubbing.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I guess like some after parties where there's DJs and stuff playing that type of music, but always like dirtier bars where bands hang out, musicians and stuff. Never like fancy clubs with the champagne with the sparkler in the top.
Yeah.
We should do club night, Club Jug.
Club Jug?
Club Jug. Get champagne with the sparklers.
Yeah?
Yeah, set up some VIP booths. Get DJ Pauly D from Jersey Shore to come.
Are we going to have strippers?
I guess. I don't know. I mean,
I feel like you have to.
Yeah. You have the girls, like kind of go-go dancer type girls.
Yeah, they don't have to go completely naked.
That's kind of like a threat. Completely naked. You can wear gloves.
Yeah, exactly. And high heels.
Club Jug. I think it's a great idea.
High heels and gloves.
Yeah.
Maybe
Club
even a
Jug.
scarf.
Super, just way over the top of vodka soda. You have to like have a cosigner because it's so expensive.
Right.
You know, I think it's a good idea, man. Put it in the Sentinel.
Put it in the Sentinel.
Putting down grass. We're starting Club Jug.
Yeah, we're moving up in the world quickly. This is the 4th year of the structure
Of the outdoor stage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, 4th year of that, 3rd year of national acts, 4th year you'll be opening.
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting news.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was, digging through old videos for editing and stuff. You see, like, old Jug shows. And you're like, oh, what it used to be.
Yeah.
And it was still great.
Oh, yeah. It was still great.
It was a tent. It was like a festival.
Yeah.
You know? Or like a backyard party in a really big backyard.
I have pictures of the entire thing being built.
Yeah.
Like, so I have like from the fucking first footers to like just poles sticking up in the air to the first like cross going across. Like,
It was like you guys were building an ark.
I know.
Because it's kind of boat-like. It's wood. It was a little...
Yeah, it's an upside down boat, really, is all it is. If you turn that thing upside down, we can float away.
Maybe it is, yeah. Does he have a plan for that? Right by the lake? We gotta, yeah.
Saw it all off.
Yeah, flip it over like a cop car in a riot.
Exactly.
And hop on the lake, float over to Toronto.
OJ would know what to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but it's pretty cool. I was thinking about, I've been trying to think about a way that I could put it online where, like, just I put a piece up every day.
Yeah, like a time-lapsey type thing?
Yeah.
You
Or even
that.
every hour or something. I don't know. Whatever. But, and then all of a sudden it's just like, you guys on stage. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck? I thought it would be pretty cool. Like, I was going through all my old pictures and I was like, you probably make something really cool out of this.
When you look back on things like that, it is amazing, you know. If I sat down and said, all right, we got to do 134 episodes of this podcast, I think that's an insurmountable thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now you're like, I don't even remember any of that happening.
No, I don't.
I'm entertained, but I'm going back to the old clips. I'm like, these guys are fucking great. I don't remember any of this.
I would listen to this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're that many shows in, because I don't, you know, I mean, I remember a lot of them, but like there's sometimes like guys at the bar are like, oh, I started your podcast and I was listening to this episode, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there like, off and never.
That's also fucking terrifying. I'm like, what the fuck did we say?
It is a little.
Yeah.
They're like, do you remember when you guys did this show? And I'm like, no.
You guys remember when you verbally threatened the president? I'm like, oh God, which one? We got to take that down.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take that one down. I can't believe he didn't catch that when he was editing it. Or he may have called me and been like, are you okay with saying this? Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, they'll know we're kidding.
I had 6 beers.
Secret Service has a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
They laughed at Elvis.
They laughed at Elvis.
Yeah. The Ed one was great. The accidental bludgeoning on the front porch.
Yeah.
Learning how they got to own the jug is pretty good.
It is very good.
Yeah, any of the Youngstown history ones are very interesting.
They are. They're really good. And Eddie actually said he's ready to do another one.
That's what he's been saying, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of timing with him.
Who else can we get? We
He
did actually try to get the ghosts.
For somebody who's retired, he doesn't seem to have a lot of time.
He's a man about town.
He is.
Speaking of ghosts, we've been peeking at the updates of the Frontier House in Lewiston. And I mean, it's looking pretty good. It is when you go and peek in the basement windows, you can get a little spooky.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, they're tearing it up. I mean, there's still those front rooms. I forgot about there was like those kind of dining rooms when it was McDonald's that had like fireplaces. That was the nicest McDonald's anyone's ever been to.
Oh my
really.
God. Bar none.
Yeah, like now you go to a McDonald's and, you know, they're kind of like these weird pop-up fucking plastic sheds or something with all the same. They're all laid out exactly the same.
I wonder if it still smells like McDonald's in there.
I'm telling you, one time we walked by like the stairs. If you're walking up to it, there's like stairs that go down to the basement. And we were kind of inspecting, and we stood right there, and we both looked at each other, and we're like, "Whoa!"
It smells like McDonald's.
It did.
That's amazing.
Now here's the thing: you're on Center Street, and it's, you know, all the restaurants are going, but there's this McDonald's smell.
There's a smell.
There's a Chinese restaurant smell. There's a Brickyard smell. Those are the ones that are right there.
Yes.
There's a McDonald's smell. This was a McDonald's smell.
Right. That's wild.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just our brains triggered it or something.
It's possible, I think. But man, that would be fucking amazing if like you walk in there the first time and you're like, oh my God.
Poor bastards who redid it. They're like, we can't get the smell out. We just can't get the smell out. What are they? They're making like a brewery, like a big.
I don't know what they're doing with it.
I think so. They're making something like that.
What brewery?
Not like a brewery or like a restaurant. Is it going to be a hotel? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't read the
They
Sentinel.
put all new windows in, though, right?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was eating at the Spicy Pickle
I mean,
last
that's
week.
sort of Lewiston's answer to the Ontario House.
Yeah, Galifinakis really wants to do the show.
Zach Galifinakis?
Yeah, that's what I will. Yeah, I feel like you were going to say that. That's what I call a Nick Philosophus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. He's like, I don't even really know Thurman. He's going to listen to this.
I don't know him either, but
and he's gonna be
Philosophus
like,
is
"You asshole, why'd
definitely
you say
a
that?"
name I've heard because it's a name you don't forget. So he's probably got like family around here and shit. Galifinakis.
But I
that would be quite a jump in guess from Eddie to Galifinakis.
It would be.
Like one of the biggest comedians in the world.
I couldn't keep his name straight when I first met him, so I started putting him in the computer as Galifinakis.
Okay.
And then it just became a thing.
All right, your homework for next episode is get Dano to say both Philosophus and Galifinakis. I want to hear what comes out.
He wants to do a show again real bad, too. And we'll get him to say Bavarian cream pie.
Yeah, I want to hear updates on his crackhead neighbor.
Oh, my God.
Dude, one of my favorite Patrice jokes ever was on the Charlie Sheen roast. And Anthony Jeselnik is on. And he's like, Patrice is shitting all over him. And he goes, man, as Anthony Jeselnik, I refuse to learn his shitty last name. I learned Galifinakis, and that's the last shitty last name I'm learning in this funky ass town.
That's awesome.
Fucking great.
Galifinakis is a great last name. So now I just yell it in the bar all the time. I'm like, Galifinakis. And he's like, yo.
I think I've told this one, but we're on a plane one time, an early morning flight, and I'm sitting next to this lady, and then behind, a couple rows behind us on the other side of the aisle is this big fucking really loud obnoxious kid and a cute girl next to him.
Okay.
And she's just staring straight ahead while he's in her face talking about how he's in comedy and he's going to be a comedian. He's all this. She's doing loud as fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions that were terrible.
Yeah.
And he was just an arrogant ass. And he was talking about how he went to a comedy school. The guy said he's it's the same guy who taught Galifinakis, but he's being really loud. These new kids have they can't control the volume of their voice or something.
Yeah.
They're either mumbling till you can't hear them or they're shouting at the top of their lungs.
Sure.
That weird deep voice with the neck beard and everything.
Yeah.
And he's just talking loud, and we're like, what the fuck? And at one point I kind of looked over and looked at him, and he's like, oh, look at this guy. This guy doesn't know what he's got on his hands with me. And he's thought he was being entertaining. And this little old lady next to me, not old, but 60s, 70s, got up and she said something. She's like, it's a good thing I'm not hungover. This would be driving me nuts. And we made a couple jokes about it. And then before we even took off, after a good 15 minutes of this, she kind of just got up and quietly went over and leaned into him, said something, and came back, and this motherfucker didn't make a peep the whole flight.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
fucking gangster.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like,
That's
I think
fucking
I might
cool.
have fist bumped her. I was like, nice, thanks.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm going to have to I don't know. It's some 20-year-old fucking cute girl, Lee, staring out the window, and this little lady. I'm like, all right, I guess I got to deal with this or something. I don't know. And I couldn't. And this old lady's like, I got it.
That's awesome.
I don't know what. She's leaned into him, and then he shut the fuck up.
Wow.
I was like, wow, that was fucking magical.
Maybe she was the marshal.
Well, that would be a real fucking curveball, huh?
Yeah.
We all look at the big dude. We're like, that's got to be the air marshal.
Right.
And it's always a lady.
It's her. Yeah. She's like, listen, I'm a fucking marshal on this plane, and I will fucking shoot you if you don't shut the fuck
You'll
up.
be in fucking Guantanamo, motherfucker.
You will be on the no-fly list for the rest of your life. I will shoot you in the kneecap. Not one more peep.
I've never been on a flight where some wild shit went down or anybody went nuts.
Yeah.
I see it all the time, yeah?
Yeah.
What?
I told you about the guys when we were coming back from Kansas City that we thought were mules. The guy
Kind of.
Yeah, the guy fucking turned all purple and fucking gray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were like, holy fuck. And he's like, ginger ale. And my buddy Woodsy was like, he just wants a ginger ale. And she goes, are you with him? He goes, no.
Because, you were saying, he was looking real sick, you thought, maybe.
They were puking before we got on the plane.
Weird. Man,
Yeah.
Or they just got real fucked up or something?
I don't think so.
No.
These guys could barely speak English.
Oh.
They were definitely from South America. They were carrying fucking. And then, dude, all of a sudden, when the marshals came on and brought them off the plane, and when they brought them off the plane, there were a lot of cop cars.
Wow.
It wasn't just
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So, it was pretty badass. We were all like, what did we just see?
We, when we got back from Italy and we got to customs at JFK or wherever we were, big ass fucking line.
Yeah.
And it was one of those you just look, man. You're in the system. You're powerless.
Yeah.
Just roll with it. Trust the process.
Sure.
You know, there's 2 desks open and about 15 empty ones, and it's just 2 guys working with like plane loads of people coming off. So we're there for a while, and right in front of us is this people who I didn't think were together, but I guess they were. It was sort of a South America-y looking fella, maybe Indian. No, he's more like an Indian looking fella.
Okay.
With a mustache, kind of like an Indian Mario.
I got it.
And then with him is this white lady with like real shitty hair.
Okay.
Frizzy, like not, her roots were gray, but her hair was like a red, like just like real white trashy hair. But gold rings, Gucci shit, designer fucking luggage, clothes. Lee was noticing this. She's like, these people are up to something. Because they both looked shitty and trashy, but they were covered in nice stuff.
Right.
And the whole time he's fucking bitching and complaining about, you know, how they're not moving the line and there's not enough people working here, and it's as if they're going to be like, oh, well, hold on, 200 people, quiet, this guy's got a problem, all right, we'll reshuffle this whole deck. You know what I mean? Right. I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up, because you're not making any friends, like being all like loud and obnoxious about this. Like, that's kind of dumb.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course, it sucks, and we don't want to be, we all just fucking sat on a 14-hour flight. We don't want to be fucking sitting in,
nobody wants to be in that position.
But just, you know, meditate
and power through,
and eventually, you know what I mean, like the feeling of pulling out of the airport parking lot on the way home is fucking great.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because you're like, all right, I'm on the path.
Yeah.
Because it's usually 2 a.m. and there's not going to be a lot of traffic.
No.
But well, for me, people who get like, they get off the fucking airplane and then get stuck in LA traffic. Oh my god. Yeah. Hopefully they listen to a lot of podcasts. But maybe this guy had a real shitty day of waiting.
Yeah.
And he couldn't take anymore.
Maybe.
But he was being real loud about it.
Yeah.
And he definitely got himself on some sort of list.
Yeah.
Because he was, looked like trouble.
He looked like trouble.
Yeah. It was very weird that it's like they had all this really nice shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're fucking bringing something. Something's up with these 2.
All those Gucci bags were lined with heroin.
Yeah, maybe. Well, you think you'd be a little patient. You'd be like, no, sir, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah,
I'm not making a fucking peep.
Exactly. Not this guy.
Yeah. All right. So, Sunday.
Yep. Sunday, bloody Sunday.
Yeah. Burritos, tacos, margaritas.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be, we're going to do, begrudgingly, we're going to do margaritas.
Begrudgingly? Why?
I don't know. They're pain in the ass.
Yeah.
They're easy on the rocks, but I'm debating on whether or not to bring out the blenders.
Yeah, that does got to be a pain in the balls.
Yeah, but they are delicious, so I get it.
Can't get like a smoothie, like the big machine, like a frosty machine.
I've been pushing for one of those for over 2 years now.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying we're going to get one, but I still haven't seen it.
So you could just have him running all the time.
He's hiding it on me, I think. Yeah, fucking dude, you just pour the stuff in the top, and then you can fucking do like 50 of them. You're good to go for the night. You know?
Good idea.
Yeah. And I feel like, and we could just charge like $10. Like, be like, you want fucking frozen margaritas in Youngstown? Not like at some fucking place in Mexico. Mm-hmm. Like fucking $10. You know, like as opposed to like the 6 or 7 we would normally charge. Just upcharge it a little. I think people would go crazy over it.
Yeah. It would be talk of the time, too. When the Jug got Wi-Fi, it was like national news. If the Jug got one of those machines, they'd fucking switch their whole day up to be like, we're going to the Jug. Have you been? Have you had the margaritas? They're great. Great.
This guy came in the other day. He's like, you guys don't have Wi-Fi, do you? I was like, no, we do.
Yeah. Which it seems like totally normal now. But it's like when it was old Jug, you know, like the old bathroom and shit. You're like, no way. Fuck? I don't even think this town has Wi-Fi.
Right.
You gotta climb the water tower.
Oh, sad news.
Oh, God.
Rite Aid is closing in 3 weeks.
What?
Yes.
Damn, dude.
I completely forgot. I just remembered. I meant to talk earlier. I was like, don't forget to talk about Rite Aid. But yeah, so we got the news, and we are yet losing another store. Like, all these other businesses are starting to open now down here. So I was like, all right, we're on the right path. And all of a sudden,
Rite Aid's gone.
Rite Aid, like the big one.
The big one, yeah.
I mean, technically,
sure.
the big name, anyway.
Yeah, like an actual, like, corporate fucking store.
So they took away my smokes. Now they took away my beer.
Oh, well.
And the liquor store's closing too.
The liquor store's closing?
They're trying to sell it for an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
And I want to buy it real bad. Yeah. But they want $495,000 for that little tiny liquor store.
That's a lot of money.
Dude, it's like a little bit bigger than my apartment.
All right, everybody, get the collection plate going.
I mean, I have some really great ideas of what to do in there.
Yeah.
If we got it. So, if anybody wants to pony up a little,
yeah,
you can be on the VIP list.
You have monopolized the booze distribution in this town.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
I want to be Nucky Thompson.
Yeah. Dude, last time I rewatched Boardwalk, which is such a good show.
A great show.
I got one of those little cases for all my fucking little smokes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's going to be badass. I'm going to pop it open and fucking tap it while I'm talking to people.
Yeah, I have one.
And like they kept getting stuck in it. Like it's like the right, they're cigarette size. They're not
Mine
like
has a lighter on it
size.
too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like I'd lose it and then I'd have to like dig in it with my
I know,
phone. Like this
me
isn't
too.
classy.
No,
this
it's
isn't
not.
cool.
Mine's gold.
It's
and
only
everything.
cool for like the first couple, but as soon as it's not full, they all start sliding around and shit. I don't get it.
You just have to hand it off and someone keeps it full for you.
Yeah,
so
just
every
you have to
time
put
you're
the
like,
new one in.
You're like,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know how he made it look so goddamn cool.
He really did.
Yeah. I mean, I always laughed at that because it was, time appropriate, but that show would be so funny. There'd be like a brutal murder.
Yeah.
Like an awful murder, and they'd be like, get the fuck out of Atlantic City and don't come back. And then the music would come back and be like,
I love the music. Love it.
it was like the silliest music. Oh, the sun
I know.
is shining
I
today.
absolutely loved it. I think that made it. I
The sun
almost
is
feel
shining
like.
on your face. I'll fucking kill you.
Yes.
Gangster music. I guess it was gangster music back then.
That was gangster music back then.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at gangster movies with guys of the 50s, they fucking whack a guy and then put on Frankie Valli.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, all the times. That's cool. All right, so Club Jug. We're getting it on the books.
Yep.
Everybody get your fucking overpriced drinks.
Yeah.
Get your heels on.
Right.
No, Jug's staying the same. We'll never ruin it with that.
No.
Unless you
definitely
really
not.
want us to, then we can do it. Get some corny DJ.
Yeah, for $495,000. We'll
Yeah,
do it.
$495. We can make that at on a couple nights of Club Jug. We'll do it. Gotta get the big champagne with the sparklers and the go-go.
We'll get you everything you want.
DJ Pauly D.
Yep.
We'll just get Henderson, make him wear a blowout wig and DJ.
Oh, for sure.
Tell people it's Pauly D. Put a little spray tan on him. You won't
Put a little
notice.
spray tan. Yeah. A couple fake muscles.
Yeah. All right. So exciting things happening at the Jug, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So come on down and see.
All right. Captain Jug of Thoughts. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.